I spent a good majority of my childhood outdoors. Did a lot of hiking, a lot of biking as a family. I enjoyed the mountains, and they've always called to me in a way that other areas of the outdoors just haven't.
I mean, yeah, the outdoors has always been a big part of my life. I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. My parents met because they were putting a canoe together on a school outdoor ed trip, and so, I mean, right from the get-go, it was a big part of my life.
Growing up, I was pretty much always outdoors. I mean, being raised in the PNW, you can't really ask for too much more, but the ocean definitely had a little draw for me, and there's something special about it.
I think the first time I really had a powerful experience in the mountains was when I was about 12 years old. A good family friend of ours gave me the chance to go climb Mount Adams. In fact, he gave me the option to either hike around it or go up it, and it really wasn't a question for me.
Once I got older, I started noticing that I really enjoyed solo trips and being out there by myself, and once I figured that out, it just opened a whole new door of possibilities.
I feel lost.
Lost? What do you mean?
Headed to the Three Peaks Trail. It's sort of a beautiful day. We missed the sunrise by a little bit. That's okay. We're not doing anything too dangerous though, right, Carson?
No.
No, that's not what we do. We don't do dangerous things. So, all right, what we see here are very depressing list of fatalities on the Mount Lululemon Trail. We really don't want to become one of these, but that might happen. 3:30:24, CARSON COX broke his collarbone and died.
I think what I love and enjoy most about my time that I spend in the mountains is balancing that relationship between, technical skill and then those things you can't control.
Doing good. We're like a mile and a half in. We've already gained like 1,200 feet. Muddy, sweaty, humid. That's all right though. We're having fun. We're having fun.
I've had a lot of close calls in my day, and it's in those times really where you remember that you are not in control.
The amount of rope here concerns me. Why are there so many ropes? Really don't want to trust this thing, but I guess I will.
I think that where my experience might differ from some others is, I don't have to fear that lack of control, because as Christians, we know that we're never in control. We have somebody who is. And especially in the mountains, when you get to the summit, you look around, and you think about the scale of everything and how small you are, and how you fit into it. It's really special to think that the God who created all of that created you too.
I feel like I kind of see the ocean in two different ways. You can obviously see God's power in the moving swell and pounding waves. This especially translates to surfing. It can be pretty daunting standing on the beach and staring out into the chaos, looking at what you're about to paddle into. Realize surfing is just like, it's an unreal experience. You're kind of out there and there's like a lot going on in the ocean. You can really feel God's power there. And I remember the first time paddling out, I was kind of terrified. But on the other hand, once you get out there, it's a peace like none other.
Fly away.
I don't really know how to explain it, but I can just feel a strong presence of God sitting out there in the middle of the ocean. Sitting in the ocean, whether that be on a board or snorkeling or swimming with friends, is just a captivating illustration of God's never-ending power and beauty.
You know, to me it often feels like I get overwhelmed in life with, you know, deadlines and bills and just the stresses of everyday life, and I go outdoors to escape that, but oftentimes I feel like I often bring that with me, the busyness and the chaos. And once I started realizing my affinity towards solo trips, it was the quietness of the outdoors that I really started to hold on to. And this for me really came to a head after high school when I took some time off school, and I ended up going to Hawaii here on Oahu and working at a place called Camp Waianae. It's this beautiful little pocket of country out in the mountains of Oahu, and it was just so quiet at night. We would have campfires and I would just walk around the camp in the trees at night, and it just brought this mental clarity and closeness with God that I had never really felt anywhere else. And it was at a time when I was working through things in my life, and when I'm making big life decisions, I want God's input. I want to experience what He wants for my life. And it was in the outdoors when I was alone that I felt that closeness with God that gave me the trust in Him to make the decisions I needed to with the clarity that He gave me.
We as Christians get to experience the outdoors in a very different way than other people. I mean, rather than seeing our planet as, you know, this 1 in a billion cosmic event, this accident, this chaos, we get to see it through the lens of a creator, through the lens of creation.
I've been on many adventures in my life, and whether that be in the ocean or in the mountains or anywhere else, I think the one thing they all have in common is that they prove that God is real. Being out in His nature really it shows it.
You know, when you want to get to know a videographer, a photographer, or even an artist, you get to know them through their work. You study the things that they've made, and that's how I view my relationship with God. When I want to go closer and get to know Him better, I go to the real, tangible things that He's made, and that's what the outdoors really is for me, a way that I can get to know God personally.
Most importantly, the outdoors and the time that we spend in it is a gift from a loving God as a glimpse of what is to come, a way for us to connect with our Creator.
Oops, sorry, cut that one out of the final cut.